Mavaka guy.
Just a quick little video for those that do remember or that are old enough to remember Sue Johanson and the whole Sex with Sue talk. She passed away earlier at 93. She was a beloved Canadian sex educator, potty-mouthed to say the least, but back then in the 80s, we didn't care. I mean, it was amazing. She was one of the most beloved, her and Dr. Ruth, but I always preferred Sue Johanson. 93, lived a good life, hopefully filled with sex, but that's her business. Couple of people passing on their utmost respect. Ian MacArthur, she says, a true pioneer. In the 80s, before her radio TV career, she'd go to school in the Toronto area teaching sex education. It was the freakiest, funniest thing as a teen to see this lady, which is your mom's age, talking the way she did. She was a treasure. Definitely was. I remember that. She used to go school to school, and yeah, just the way she would talk about things. Nowadays, it'd be too politically correct to not be that way, but that's the way it was back then, and it was a lot of fun. Cynthia said the Sunday night sex show. It was on Sunday nights. It was on the radio when I was a kid, and she was the first person I heard talking frankly about sex. R.I.P. Sue. Like I said, she and Dr. Ruth was the other one, but I think Sue Johanson was a lot more over the edge than Dr. Ruth was. And it wasn't like she was doing it on purpose. She was just flat out saying, what sex is all about and how to go about it and stuff. Zimosol says, I always thought the Sunday night sex show was something different when I saw it on the guide showing growing up. Then I would go to the show and it would be this old lady talking. Well, that's experience, my friend. It's called experience. Robert Gamble says, she was always entertaining. I seem to recall she made numerous appearances on the CBC hosted by Torrens. Jonathan Torrens is actually, he was on 1010 CFRB, I think it was called back then, and he was also on, of course, the Trailer Park Boys. Anybody remember? You know what I'm saying? That guy. Rosanna says, her and anyone know about Dr. Ruth. Think she was older. Rest in peace. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning about Dr. Ruth. And it just goes on and on and on here. Canadian Treasure. I thought she was 93 20 years ago when I would see this on. Okay. And Peggy says she was amazing. She was, just say she was amazing. You don't have to add the A there, Peggy. Anyway, so that's it. Sex with Sue Johanson. Gone at 93. Definitely a treasure, though. Rest in peace, Sue Johanson. This is Mavaka Guy.
Mavaka guy.